Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm the owner of Pro R.E.A Staffing, and I'm thrilled that you will be interviewing for a position with one of our clients. Now, I wanted to create this short video to just give you some tips and tricks so that you can shine during your video interview. Let's get into it. Okay, tip number one is that first impressions count. Please keep in mind that this is a recorded video interview and it will be shared with our client. So please dress as you would for an in-person interview. So you don't necessarily need to wear a suit jacket, but a sweater or a button-down shirt, something like that. Keep your background in mind. Keep it plain, non-distracting. Don't have clutter behind you. If you can't do that, then blur your background and keep your lighting in mind. It's really important that you have light coming onto your face and that you don't have light behind you. So don't sit with your back to a window, for example. And also keep your camera angle in mind. You want it to be just slightly above eye level so that you're not, looking up at the camera or looking down, giving yourself a double chin. So just get on Zoom before the meeting and just get yourself comfortable with your setup so that you can make a great first impression. Okay, tip number two, keep in mind that you need to look at the person. So right now I'm looking at the camera because I'm recording this, but when you're interviewing with somebody on Zoom, the way Zoom works is you can look directly at the person. And what we find sometimes is candidates end up doing this. They're talking, but they're not looking at the screen at all. And it's really distracting. So this is like having a face-to-face conversation. You look at the person you're talking to. The other thing that happens with candidates when they're on a Zoom call is sometimes they swivel. They're doing this. It's very distracting. Or they kick. See if I can do it. Yeah, can you see that? Like they'll be kicking the desk. Ooh, sorry, it's pretty bad. They'll be kicking the desk. So try not to touch the surface that is holding your camera. Try to sit still as best you can. Those are just some kind of Zoom specific tips for making sure that you shine in your video interview. Okay, next, I want you to consider your communication style. This means watching out for the ums, likes, you knows, yes. Oops, there we go. So you want to practice speaking as you would during an interview beforehand, maybe run through some questions with a friend, and keep in mind that you want to speak in a more formal way when you're on an interview. Also, it's really important that you are concise. We try to get a lot of information in a short amount of time. And so if you feel like you might be rambling or talking longer on a subject than necessary, it's okay to stop and say, would you like me to say more about this? You can always add more, but you can't take away. And Erin, who you'll be interviewing with, doesn't want to have to interrupt you. So try to be concise with your answers, okay? Okay, tip number 4, this is so important, come prepared. Make sure that you have reviewed the job ad for the position that you're interviewing for, that you've done some research on the client. Know why you are a great fit for this job. What's your value proposition? So what are your quantitative achievements? And what makes you different and unique? And why are you a great fit for the role? And secondly, why are you excited about this position in particular? Sometimes Erin will ask this question, why are you interested in this job? The wrong answer is, it's close to my house and it pays more. That's not exciting. Why is this job? What did you connect with when you were researching this client? What about this job ad stood out to you? Everybody wants to be wanted, and the interviewer watching this wants to know why you want them. Okay, next, I want you to practice your answers to the most common interview questions you'll likely be asked. The reason this is important is these are the questions where people can fumble or end up being very long-winded when a short, concise answer would suffice. So these questions are, where do you work and what do you do? Why are you looking for a new opportunity? How does this position fit into your longer-term career goals? What have you accomplished that you are most proud of? And what challenges have you overcome in your career? If you can sit down, maybe write out your answers to those questions and really practice your answers, you'll come off so much more polished and confident in your interview, and your skills and talents will shine through. Okay, those are my 4 tips, and I hope that you found this helpful. Now, if you would like even more resources to help you prepare for your interview, we do have a 30-minute mini masterclass. It's completely free, and I'll link to it below. We also have a YouTube channel that is just filled with resources for professionals seeking to grow their career in real estate. So I'll include some of my most popular videos below, but I recommend checking out the YouTube channel to see what other resources we have to help you move forward. That's it. I wish you lots of luck in your interview. Take care.